everyone. Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Mark, for inviting me here, all of the chamber staff, and for hosting this great event. I'm going to talk about a little bit about our anniversary. I am so fortunate. I've served as mayor before, and I've given the State of the City address before, but now there really couldn't be a better time talking about the state of Malibu on the heels of celebrating our 25th anniversary. It's hard to believe our city is 25 years old. Do you remember what you looked like when you were 25? In Malibu, you don't notice the wrinkles so much. We have work done here. One of the things we all share in Malibu is the drive to make sure we do keep our city in great shape. Not just looking great, but also working great. And so here's a little update on the budget. That was much better than me just reading off a bunch of numbers, right? So, Measure R and Measure W, some of you might have heard of them. A year ago, we overwhelmingly passed Measure R, stating a vision regarding future development in the city. Then last November, voters rejected Measure W, or the Whole Foods in the Park project, the first project that was subjected to Measure R's requirements. While these have been highly contentious issues, they really showed just how passionate people are in Malibu about protecting our way of life and preserving our town. It brought out people from every corner of the community, and there were discussions in the gym, at the grocery store, in line waiting for your kids at the school, when you were getting coffee, all over. And what was really nice was seeing so many people in Malibu talking about such an important issue and really the high levels of interest and participation. And the result was clear. Measure W was defeated in November, yet then, a month later, Measure R itself was invalidated by the Superior Court. The proponents of Measure R were given standing at the last court hearing so they could appeal the decision. To that end, the Court of Appeal they went to the Court of Appeal to have Measure R remain in effect while the appeal is going on, and we should hear about that soon. The City Council has not yet heard the matter of whether or not we will appeal, but we will be discussing it in council meeting next month, so stay tuned. Schools. We've seen some major developments with our schools over the last year and have some very important news coming up. Obviously, the PCB issue with Malibu High and Juan Cabrillo Elementary has been very disturbing. But the community really came together on that, and we're proud that the City Council backed up the parents and took a stand on the issue. But our schools remain strong and vital and are a central part of our community. AMPS remains strong even with our latest blip. And we are all confident that Santa Monica will be coming back to the negotiation committee to forge an agreement to separate the school districts and finally create Malibu's own independent Malibu Unified School District, which I know everyone in Malibu is really striving for. Last but not least, only 12 years in the making, Santa Monica College Satellite Campus was recently approved by both the Planning Commission and the City Council. So finally, high school students will be able to take college credit classes so they can get a jump on their college careers. And seniors, kids, and adults will be able to take all kinds of classes. There will also be a great community room, a sheriff's substation, finally, back in Malibu, and possibly an environmental center. Okay, emergency preparedness. Very important here in Malibu. We live in paradise, but it's also disaster central. We seem to always be on the verge of a wildfire, an earthquake, a flood, or a mudslide. We even have to think about tsunamis. But we are constantly vigilant, and Malibu's disaster preparedness is so well regarded that other cities are now copying what we do. Meteorologists had projected the strongest El Niño on record, possibly bringing major flooding this past winter. But it really didn't happen, in case anyone didn't notice. But there was a silver lining for our city. We took strong, proactive steps to prepare, cleaning drainage basins, taking care of roads, putting out equipment, monitoring hillsides, making sandbags available, and ramping up our efforts to help people get prepared, which we need to do anyway. As we say, never let a crisis go to waste. Malibu also conducted numerous emergency preparedness training courses, CERT courses, including first aid, CPR, family courses, pet courses. Who knew dogs could give CPR? And El Niño preparedness classes. Public safety. Ensuring public safety is always the city's top priority. We're very proud of our close relationships with LA County Fire and the Sheriff's Department. We are sure that we put so much of our city resources towards public safety, a full 28% of our general fund expenditures. In fact, Malibu spends more than $520 per person on law enforcement services every year, much more so than Agora Hills, Calabasas, and Westlake Village. We need to, we're spread out, right? And that's something that we believe very strongly here in Malibu. PCH is not just a major scenic highway, it's our main street. And keeping it as safe as possible for all users is incredibly important to every person in Malibu. One of the biggest achievements of this past year was the completion of the PCH safety study. We'll be starting soon on the top recommendation that came out of that study, traffic signal synchronization to help traffic move more efficiently and safer. And now we're working with our partner agencies on a PCH parking study. Our Volunteers on Patrol, or VOPs, that we operate in partnership with the Sheriff's Department continues to grow and do great work. Their efforts save the Sheriff's Department time and resources. In 2015, our VOPs issued 123% more parking citations than the year before. So everyone, watch where you park. One of the best parts about our relationship with the sheriffs is that they're really responsive to our particular needs. We are constantly working together to figure out what's best for Malibu. And this includes extra patrols on big holiday and summer weekends, as well as DUIs, and they conducted 10 DUI checkpoints in Malibu in 2015. And we're always looking for ways to get the message out about keeping PCH safe, like we did with this PCH safety video.
Isn't the most beautiful road in the world?
I do suppose I am one of the most beautiful roads in the world.
She's had work done. I've seen the cones.
And is that beauty rewarded? Oh no. In 2013, there were 585 collisions between the McClure Tunnel and the Ventura County line. It's very simple and easy. Slow down. Know your bike laws. Don't make abrupt or unsignaled lane changes. Use the pedestrian crossways. And pay attention. Guys! Come on! I literally just said pay attention.
That's just the snippet of it. If you want to see the whole thing, it's on our YouTube channel. Our Parks and Rec department, our programs are really the shining star of the city of Malibu, and it's the most prominent way that the city interacts with our residents. In our anniversary year, it's amazing to look back and remember that we didn't have a single park of our own or a park program 25 years ago, or even 20 years ago. We didn't have a Parks and Rec commission until years after we became a city. We've come a long way, baby. We now have 62 different Park and Rec community classes. We offer after-school enrichment programs, and we had 650 kids participating in our youth sports programs in 2014 to 15. And here's a really impressive number. We had over 2,000 kids participate in our summer camps, which is pretty amazing to me. I'm proud to say that we offer activities and programs for all ages, bridging the generation divide, sports programs like adult softball, senior aqua aerobics, swimming for toddlers, and the Silver Fox Walks monthly hikes for seniors, which was launched last year, not last month. And our cultural and arts programs range from memory training, to yoga and art classes at the senior center, to dance, I don't need it, of course, to dancing, to robot classes, and camp for middle school kids. And of course, the senior center luncheon in this room, which is so popular, it often sells out. For Bluffs Park, we've been developing a park plan for the future of the entire 93-acre area. We had a comprehensive outreach process to learn what our community wants and came up with design elements, and residents weighed in on their priorities. Currently, our consultant is putting it all together, and the priorities included, and this came from the community, trails, an amphitheater, basketball courts, a new community center, sports fields, a swimming pool, and of course, a skate park. So we'll see what they come up with when they present us with their final design. Next, something I'm very proud of, our Cultural Arts Commission. They have done amazing work, and I'm really proud. Their first art show, The Art of the Board, everyone see it upstairs? The surfboard exhibit is being showcased right now in City Hall through September. It was unveiled during the 25th anniversary celebration and honors Malibu surfing history and culture, and it really turned out gorgeous. And in fact, we have Art of the Board posters by John Van Hammersveld for everyone. Please remember to take one on your way out if you don't already have one. And we just announced this week, put it on your calendars, the tickets are on sale for the first ever live concert on the Bluffs, the Cultural Arts Commission next exciting project, coming up on June 12th. Put that, again, in your books, and you can buy tickets on the city website at malibucity.org. They've also been working hard on the Legacy Park Enhancement Project, which will incorporate public art into the park, revitalize the vegetation, and bring in more shade areas and benches to make the park more friendly. The commission started working on programming for the Malibu Library Speaker Series, which has had a tremendous 2016 season. It continues with a screening of the powerful documentary Sonic Seas on May 11th, and then at the end of August, we will feature a panel of prominent activists that will challenge our complacency about the impacts of climate change. Public Works. Guess what we're talking about next? The Civic Center Wastewater Treatment Facility. Let's not call it a sewer. It will be one of the most advanced, environmentally friendly facilities of its kind, and puts Malibu ahead of the curve in capturing and reusing wastewater. The plant will enable us to protect the natural environment while meeting state mandates to end the use of banned septic systems in the Civic Center. The $60 million facility will use the most advanced technology to treat up to 70 million gallons of wastewater a year and turn it into recycled water that gates city parks and Civic Center landscaping. The infrastructure will eventually enable homes and businesses to use the recycled water for irrigation. The project is scheduled to begin construction very soon and should begin operation in late 2017. In January, we cut the ribbon on the new restrooms and the pedestrian bridge, which now finally connects the park on Las Flores Canyon to the existing parking lot on the other side of the creek, doubling the parking available. It's our only park on the east side, so we're very excited that it's finally completed. During the last year, we also cut the ribbon on the PCH bike route and Malibu's first ever bike lane. I think you're up there, Meryl, offering a real safety improvement for both drivers and cyclists on PCH. Lastly, responding to the concerns of the Point Dume community about traffic, speeding, and parking, the city held community meetings to start creating a Point Dume neighborhood traffic plan. This will include restriping, speed humps, speed advisory signs, all of which will make Point Dume safer for everyone. Our environment. Protecting the environment is, of course, at the core of our city's mission. Now, with the historic drought hammering Southern California for the fourth straight year, water conservation has really become one of our most pressing issues. Last year, the council set aside significant funding for water conservation programs. And the result of that is that the city is holding a big water expo on June 18th. Wait, on June 18th, put that in your calendars too, where you can learn everything you ever wanted to learn about reducing indoor and outdoor water use, gray water, rainwater harvesting, and much more, all in one place. So we're also going to be producing video PSAs, workshops, and other outreach tools to help Malibu achieve the 36% water conservation goal mandated by the state. And as many of you know, Malibu has consistently fallen below our target for water conservation. I'm sorry to bum you out, but we can and we must do better. I know that so many people in the community are working really hard to reduce their water use as much as possible, and I thank you, but we have more to do, and the city is working as hard as we can to help you do that. Our environmental sustainability team continues to offer valuable recycling programs, environmental and water quality education and outreach, water quality monitoring, and working with restaurants and businesses. We want to offer assistance and solutions, not just penalties, to help people go greener and meet the strict regulations that are there to protect Malibu's beautiful environment. Our environmental subcommittee began moving forward on turning City Hall into a solar-powered facility with a nearly net zero power grid use, basically at no cost to the city, and that should be coming up very soon. Planning. Everybody interacts with planning in one way or another. The planning department continues to implement the city's view restoration and preservation ordinance, and to date, 415 residents have gotten primary view determinations. The department has also been working to improve public access to the coast and trails by working with property owners on easements as part of proposed developments. We are now finalizing the city's trail maps and trail dedication incentive program. To help protect wildlife, the department is working on a ban of anticoagulant rodenticides and identifying non-poison rodent control strategies, and we'll be discussing that at the council next month. The city's dark skies lighting ordinance is underway, and we'll be coming to council later in the year with that. And the planning department has been working on several fronts to create a vision for the future of the Civic Center area. This includes a formula retail ordinance and the Civic Center Design Standards Project, which we hope will be a jumping off point for a Civic Center specific plan. The council recently approved safety standards for our commercial parking lots to protect people sitting at outdoor dining and seating areas. And I want to thank Lou for that, for your leadership, and I wanted to congratulate you on your success in the first step of the rehab concentration legislation that our Assembly Member Bloom carried, and you have dedicated so many years to that. 403 passed the Health Committee, which is further than any such proposal has ever gone, and we hope to see it become state law. Lou actually had a full head of hair when he started on that project. So, looking forward. The coming year promises to bring a lot more exciting news. With the Civic Center Water Treatment Facility, the future of Measure R, the birth of the Malibu Unified School District, the Bluffs Parkland project, and so many other important things. It is also an election year, and we will have 3 council seats open with 2 incumbents, Joanne and John, terming out. I'm sure it will be a very energetic election season, although hopefully more civil than the presidential primaries. As you know, we moved our city elections from April to November to coincide with other major elections and really to increase voter turnout and participation in charting the future of our city, something we all agree is vital in Malibu. Aside from all the projects and issues we've been discussing, one of the biggest changes we have on the horizon is we'll be welcoming a new city manager, Reva Feldman. Of course, she's not new to Malibu. She's proven herself to be a real champion for Malibu over the last 11 years. She has lived in the community of Malibu for a long time, and she's really been a part of our community and not just as a public servant. Her daughter went to all of the Malibu schools, so she knows what it's like to bring up kids here. We look forward to a seamless transition as Jim Thorson rides off into the sunset, 10 years to the day after he rode into town, leaving behind a real positive legacy. On a personal note, I can never thank him enough for his friendship, leadership, wit, and support of all of us on the council. He really has he's done an incredible job of taking the ideas and the vision of the council and figuring out how to make it a reality. On May 2nd, Reva takes the reins, and we are all very excited to see her energy and ideas as our new city manager. On behalf of the city, I look forward to working with all of you on the most important issues we face here. The key to making Malibu work is always finding that delicate balance between protecting our rural heritage and the environment, the desire for amenities for our residents, the need to welcome visitors, ensuring public safety, and working to keep Malibu the best little town by the sea. Thank you very much.